My name is Do Not Obey, and let's get started. Let's get it. Alright, guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's me, Do Not Obey, stay woke. So, look, today we're going to be talking about the town of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Is it haunted? Could some of the buildings be haunted? Could the whole town be haunted? And why could the town be haunted, right? Well, I got the idea from looking at haunted celebrities or something like that, or the haunting of Lonnie Love, right? So Lonnie Love works on The Real, and she's a comedian as well. She's an African-American female. Now, she was talking about when she was younger in her past where she had stayed at a hotel in Winston-Salem, and she had some very paranormal experiences happen, and some very unusual, strange, lights flashing, like the whole hotel shaking. I don't know. So she met with the psychic lady. I forgot her name, Miss Rosso. I do apologize for that. But anyway, she met with her, and she walks through the hotel and she starts telling her the story about there are people there. She's sensing some things. Lonnie goes into detail of what she experienced there. Well, long story short, the town back in 1904, November 2nd, the city water reservoir broke. It burst. Okay? So, with that being said, I did some research because, I wanted to see if the story was real. So the story is real. So it kind of validates what Lonnie went through, right? So it could be possible paranormal ghost stuff, right? So let's do a little backstory real quick. So John C. Burton was one of 7 men who organized Winston-Salem's water supply company in 1880, right? The job was their job was to build a water system from scratch. After falling short 6,000 in shares, they sold their company, then personally raised 28,000 in order to build a pumping station for the reservoir and add a network of supply lines. So they sold their whatever they had because they didn't have enough money, raised some more money, and I guess combined with whoever they sold it to, they got it going. Anyway, so it's called Bellows Pond. It was purchased as a water source and a brick and concrete reservoir. Was structured around the Old Town Street near 8th Street in 1882. This was near northern boundary of the city, surrounded by small tenant homes, right? Now, the Winston-Salem City Supply sold the reservoir to the city of Winston-Salem in 1894 after experiencing a series of major problems. I tell you guys, I believe in, if something keeps going wrong, maybe it's a sign. I believe in warnings and signs and stuff. So, just like Lake Lanier, but whatever. So let's see. So it was sold back in 1894 after, experiencing a series of problems. And so a series of problems in operating the company, okay? The city added 10 feet in height and 6 feet in length. The reservoir had been leaking for several years, but the leaks did not appear to pose a threat. Maybe not a threat to the people that didn't want to kick out more money to pay for it, right? Anyways, in the early hours of the day in 1904, the north wall of the reservoir collapsed. It demolished homes, okay? People who lived next door. It emptied over 800,000 gallons of water into the street, okay? This mighty crash of concrete sounded to many like an earthquake. So as the water was rushing and everything was breaking, the people were probably waking up thinking, oh my God, we're having an earthquake. And lo and behold, it is the water rushing. If you watched Indiana Jones when he was running, I love Indiana Jones, so I hope that doesn't get on people's nerves, but I do. And I'm going to quote him, you know, and he's running all sexy with his bag, and the water's behind him, and he goes to the side, and it just, you know, I think it's with the Kali Ma, with the heart. Anyway, so the fire alarm rang around 6 o'clock in the morning from the town hall. Hundreds of people rushed to the reservoir to assist the injured and locate missing people. Okay? Now, one man escaped injury by clinging to a fence, probably like the cat on the poster, right? And then the Adams family, it says the wife rode out the flood on her mattress, honey, landing 500 yards from her home. I'm smiling. I'm just saying, like, I can just see, I could just imagine. So several people were swept away from their homes towards the railroad junction, which was flooded with water and debris. When the concrete settled, the water stopped flowing. 9 people were killed. Several were injured, and many homes collapsed or washed away. All right, so that's just a little backstory on that. So that's what makes me think that the town of Winston-Salem, and if not that certain area back in, you know, 1904, when that tragedy, God rest those people, happened, there were a lot of lives that were just taken up. Some people were probably asleep when they died, didn't even know they died. Some people probably died tragically, alone. There were kids. And I know that the medium, I'm going back to the haunting of Lonnie Love, I know that the medium said that the lady that was haunting, or that Lonnie had the experience with, she had just moved in. Hey, squirrel. Sorry. I got a little pet down here, you know. It's my buddy. Anyway, so she had just moved in that night, and she was seeing her unpack her bags, and, you know, I think she had a husband and 2 sons, or a son, and they were all just like moving in happy. And that same exact night, she lost her life, and where her body ended up at was exactly where the hotel where Lonnie Love had stayed in was built. That's where her body ended up. So I just wanted to bring you guys that story. If you guys have had any paranormal experiences, please, you know, if you want to email me, I'll keep you anonymous. Hit me up. And if you know, I mean, there's a lot of things in Winston-Salem, so I'm going to be doing more research, you know. But if you have any personal experiences, you know, of people that live there, if you live there and you want to share it, I'll keep you anonymous. If you don't want to be anonymous, we can work it out. It's however you want to do it. So thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I always say, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace.